I first saw Amelia on a warm spring afternoon. The moving truck parked right next to my tiny apartment, and she stepped out with boxes stacked almost as high as she was. I was sitting on my balcony, lost in a book, but the way the late afternoon sun hit her made it impossible not to look up. Her hair caught the light, like strands of gold, and that spark in her eyes felt like a secret I wanted to know. I wanted to say hello, but nerves tied my tongue. Instead, I just watched, hoping she'd glance my way. It happened faster than I expected. She was balancing a box when it slipped, sending a cascade of photographs and notebooks tumbling onto the sidewalk. Without thinking, I was there, bending down to help before she even asked. Our fingers brushed over a faded Polaroid, a picture of her laughing, carefree. "Thanks," she said softly, looking up. Our eyes met, and I felt that thrilling jolt, the kind that sneaks up and stays. "I'm Jake," I managed, heart racing. "Amelia." Two simple words, but for me, they were the start of everything. Days turned into weeks. She became the highlight of my routine, the unexpected smile I chased in crowded hallways. One evening, she knocked on my door with 2 coffees, rain lightly dusting her hair. "Thought you could use a break," she smiled. We sat on my balcony, sipping in silence, the city lights blinking below like fireflies. "I haven't really talked to anyone like this before," she admitted. "Me neither," I said. "Feels good, doesn't it?" That night, the laughter we shared filled spaces I didn't know were empty. Then came the rainstorm that changed it all. I spotted her rushing down the street, no umbrella, drenched and shivering. Without hesitation, I took off my jacket and ran to her side. "Are you okay?" I asked, draping the jacket over her shoulders. Her eyes sparkled despite the rain. "I never knew rain could feel this nice." We laughed, sharing warmth beneath a tiny awning. The world slowed down, and all I wanted was to stay in that moment forever. Our friendship blossomed, and one night, beneath a blanket of stars, we found ourselves on my rooftop. She leaned into me, voice barely a whisper. "I'm scared to let someone in," she confessed. "Me too," I admitted. "But maybe some risks are worth taking." Her hand slipped into mine. In that quiet, sacred space, our lips met, soft, hesitant, and full of promise. It wasn't always easy. Old wounds and fears crept up. I hesitated to share my past. Amelia battled shadows she kept locked away. We stumbled through silences thick with unspoken doubts. But honesty became our lifeline. One night, after a painful misunderstanding, we stayed up talking until dawn, tearing down walls and building trust. The city's annual festival became our magical night. Lights twinkled around us as we danced to music drifting through the air. "I'm glad you moved next door," Amelia whispered, resting her head on my shoulder. The world felt infinite, filled with hope and new beginnings. Now, living side by side, we share simple joys and dreams. Sometimes I catch myself staring at her, heart fluttering just like that first day. Love Next Door is not just a story. It's a quiet, beautiful journey that turned strangers into soulmates. It wasn't an impulsive decision. Moving in together felt like the natural next step for us, a silent agreement woven through the countless quiet moments we'd shared. One lazy Sunday, surrounded by sunlight and scattered coffee cups, Amelia looked at me and said, "Let's find a place." "Our place," I smiled, a warmth spreading through me, knowing this was the beginning of something real. Finding our first home wasn't easy. We wandered through neighborhood after neighborhood, visiting cramped apartments with cracked walls, echoing silence, and kitchens too small for our dreams. But every no brought us closer to the yes we'd never forget. The day we stepped inside the little apartment on Cedar Street, the space felt like a blank canvas, waiting for our colors, our laughter, our life. The move was chaotic and beautiful. Boxes filled the rooms, mismatched furniture, old books, random trinkets packed with stories. We spent hours unpacking, laughing over misplaced items and shared memories as we set up our shelves together. Every item found its place, not because it fit perfectly, but because it belonged to us. Slowly, room by room, we turned the apartment into a home. I built simple shelves for Amelia's growing book collection. She filled the windowsill with plants, coaxing life from green leaves and buds. Our kitchen became a place of shared experiments, burnt dinners, perfect pasta, and endless cups of tea that carried our whispered dreams late into the night. Home was more than walls and furniture. It was the rituals we created, the Sunday morning pancakes, the movie nights wrapped in blankets, the morning coffees sipped on the balcony as dawn painted the sky. One chilly evening, we lit candles and danced to soft music in the living room, just the two of us, hearts full. "I never thought a place could feel like this," Amelia said, her voice full of awe. "Like home." Living together revealed new layers of us. The quirks, the habits, the ways we made space for one another's dreams. We learned patience and forgiveness. I discovered that love isn't just passion. It's the quiet, everyday effort to build something lasting. With Amelia, I found a place not just to live, but a place to belong. Today, every corner tells a story. Our story. That tiny apartment on Cedar Street may not be perfect, but it holds every laugh, every whispered hope, every moment when we chose each other again. Building a home was more than just moving in. It was about growing together, hand in hand, heart to heart.